Good morning, you're watching NewsX and I'm Medha Sharan. Now in the latest updates in the Nowgam explosion, the Jammu and Kashmir Police clarified the circumstances surrounding Friday night's explosion at the police station. The blast occurred while officials were examining explosive samples brought in following the major terror module bust in Faridabad. While the explosives recovered in the massive Faridabad hall were involved, police have clarified that the explosion was accidental. As detailed by Jammu and Kashmir DGP Nalin Prabhat, the huge cache of explosive substances and chemicals recovered from Faridabad on November 9th and 10th was transported to Jammu and Kashmir and securely stored in the open area of Nowgam Police Station. Samples were also sent for further forensic and chemical analysis, but due to the large volume of materials, detailed inspection was necessary. The Forensic Science Laboratory carried out the examination on November 13 and 14, exercising extreme caution because of the sensitivity of the explosives. However, on Friday, an accidental explosion occurred during one such handling process. Let's in fact take a look at the Faridabad link to the Nowgam explosion. Now, when the Jammu and Kashmir Police noticed the Jaish-e-Mohammed posters in Srinagar, they did not know that they would be unraveling such a huge case of the Faridabad module as we know it. Now we will look at the details of the Faridabad link rather to the Nowgam blast. Now this all started when posters with threats surfaced in Nowgam in October. Now these threats that were issued were against police and security officials. We also know now that the posters were written in Urdu and linked to the Pakistani-based terror group Jaish-e-Mohammed. As well as the Srinagar police filed the primary case related to the terror module. Now we know that these posters were in Urdu and linked to the terror group Jaish-e-Mohammed. The Srinagar police had also filed the case in this. Now 3 people were seen pasting these posters on the wall, and these suspects had stone pelting cases registered against them. We're also seeing that these suspects were identified from the CCTV footage and arrested later on. The CCTV footage was analyzed for their identification to find out who had indeed pasted these posters in Nowgam in Srinagar. Now the investigation led to the former paramedic named Imam. And the Maulvi Mohammed Irfan Ahmed from Shopian was also arrested. Now we also know that the Maulvi provided threatening posters to the accused in this case, and that the Maulvi was involved in radicalizing other doctors as well. So this was a huge nexus where you had a Maulvi radicalizing white collar people, supposedly educated people. Now the Maulvi had easy access to the medical community as we know, and that the trail of investigation, all of this pointed to the Al-Falah Medical College in Faridabad in Haryana. Now the links established to the Faridabad's white collar terror module, we now know that the Red Fort bomber Umar Mohammed was also associated with the Al-Falah University in Faridabad in Haryana. This university is currently under the scanner. Now 2 more doctors, Dr. Muzammil Shakil and Dr. Shaheen, were arrested. Now Dr. Muzammil was arrested from Faridabad, whereas Shaheen was arrested from Lucknow, and the police also recovered massive cache of chemicals, about 360 kgs of ammonium nitrate. Now we know that the seized material included 360 kgs of explosives, and they were found in the rented house of the arrested Dr. Muzammil Shakil. We know that 360 kgs of explosives included ammonium nitrate and potassium nitrate as well. Now ammonium nitrate was used. Now the ammonium nitrate caused the accidental blast at Nowgam. Now ammonium nitrate in itself is not an explosive material, but can rather burst under high temperature. Now some explosives were also kept at the forensic lab of the police in Nowgam, and majority of the cache was stored at the police station in Nowgam. Now we also know that the samples were being extracted from explosives, and that after busting of the white collar terror module, this has happened. Now white collar refers to people who are educated who become radicalized later on. Now, the blast took place by the handling of explosives. We now know that the Nowgam blast took place while the handling of explosives, and this cache of explosives was seized from Faridabad. So, this is the link between the Faridabad module as well as the Nowgam blast, as we know. Alright, so we have now seen the Faridabad link with the with this Nowgam blast that has unfortunately killed 9 people.